Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDOstream, youtube.com/Dungeons and Dragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. I am DDO's community manager, Cordovan. Welcome, welcome. Exciting times. We've got things happening all throughout DDOville. Ravenloft is now available to pre-purchase. I thought I'm going to be on Wayfinder a little bit later on in the show today, showing off some stuff and running around, but I wanted to take a few minutes at the start to make sure I got your questions answered about any Ravenloft pre-purchase questions you might have, go over the FAQ, and just provide a little bit of information on that. So, as of yesterday, well, funny story that. But yes, officially as of yesterday, you can now pre-purchase Ravenloft. You sneaky folks, thanks to an error on our end, actually found it on Monday night. We were doing a lot of pre-planning to get the launch ready for Tuesday, kind of late morning, early afternoon, after the patch went live. And I guess I can go over the patch if we need to as well. But we had a redirect thing. So we use this thing on the website where if you type in Mists of Ravenloft and it shows up in a thread title, it redirects you to the Ravenloft pre-purchase page, and that allows us to really go to the digital river site through ddo.com, blah, 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 etc., etc. But there was a bug, which appears to still be active, actually, where if you have Mists of Ravenloft in a thread title, and you try to click through on the thread title, it actually sends you to the pre-purchase page as well. We're working to correct that. But someone was clicking on a thread on, I guess it was Monday night, and happened to notice, it was like, wait a second here, what's this thing? And posted it up on the forums and all that, and then, cat out of the bag, as it were. So, that's cool. You guys got a little bit of a sneak peek. We were not ready. I mean, we were mostly ready. But we actually were doing a copy pass on a few things in that, so that's why there was a little bit of confusion at the very start before we officially launched everything. But that's the story about how it got leaked on Monday night. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about how this is all going to work. We do have 3 versions of Mists of Ravenloft. Similar to what we did with Mordor, we have a standard edition that gets you all the content for Ravenloft. $40, and then a collector's edition and an ultimate fan bundle. Each of those really offer stacks of goodies on top of all the Ravenloft content and are optional purchases if you want them. So the standard edition comes with all the Ravenloft content, ASMR race, and a survivor's package of some astral shards and a res cake. It just kind of help get you started on a few things. I will note that the ASMR race is free to VIP. If you're VIP, though, and there is still one advantage of getting the ASMR race through this bundle, which is if you're ever not VIP, it'll still be unlocked in your account. Collector's Edition does include, an updated Survivors package, along with the ASMR race and a character slot. I had a question on that I wanted to answer in the live stream, which is that this character slot is an extra character slot. It will increase your max character slots. So for those of you who are at cap or whatever, in terms of character slots, this will give you another one. And that's pretty standard. We try to provide an extra character slot when we do another race or class. And we've done that with Dragonborn most recently. An improved Survivors package, like I said, it also comes with the Vistani Knife Fighter. It's a universal enhancement tree that will also be available eventually in the DDO store and be unlockable on a per-character basis through Ravenloft Favor. The Heroic level Scarecrow Hireling. Also, 2 of the Barovian cosmetics, the outfit and the hat, which I can actually show you in-game here in a little bit. Did show you on Friday, by the way, if you were here for Friday afternoon. You do get the cosmetic black cat and a code for 30 days of VIP access. If you're VIP, this 30-day code, once applied to your account, will essentially append your end date. So let's say your VIP ends the end of January, it'll be 30 days beyond that. It is just a code, though, so if you want to give it to an alt account, if you want to give it to a friend or something like that, you're more than welcome to do so. And then finally, we have our Ultimate Fan Bundle. That includes, all the content, the ASMR, the Ultimate Survivors Package, which is like 140 Astral Shards, 3 Res Cakes, 2 Rest Shrines, and 5 Mirrors of Glamoring. It does include the Vistani Knife Fighter, the Heroic and Legendary level Scarecrow Hireling. That's a level 10 and level 30, I believe. The Barovian cosmetics, in addition to Vampire Hunter cosmetics, both the outfit and the hat. You get the Black Cat, also an exclusive cosmetic pet, a Raven. I will say, exclusive cosmetic pet. What we mean by that, because this is a little different than what we've done for some of our previous expansions, is this is exclusive to the bundle, not exclusive to the pre-purchase. And we're doing that deliberately because in years past when we did, say, the Onyx Panther and that sort of thing, we had people who were not playing the game at the time who were like, what can I do to please get that pre-purchase? I was out of the country, I was not playing, and I will do anything to get these things. So this will exclusively be in the bundle, but the bundles will remain after Ravenloft goes live. And this is a deliberate choice on our part. You do get 60 days of VIP access. You do get the ASMR Iconic Hero, which is a Scourge of the Undead. I can show you that if you want to. You do get 10 shared storage slots. Now, these are exclusive, essentially, storage slots to the bundles here. You cannot buy these additional 10 slots in the store, but you can get it from the bundle here. You'll get a Weapon Aura Mist for every character. It's a Glamored Weapon Aura, and I can explain how that works if people need to. You will get a Racial Enhancement Point Tome for every character. That's a +1 Enhancement Point Tome. Gives you an extra action point to spend on your Racial Enhancement tree. And then a Bottle of Mist Teleport to Barovia. It's going to get you from wherever you want to go all the way to Barovia. I had a question on the forums that I'm working to track down. I don't have a good answer for it, and that question was, does it have a cooldown, and what is the cooldown? I can tell you almost certainly it is going to have a cooldown, but I don't know how long it's going to be. So there we go. That's a brief overview of the 3 Mists of Ravenloft packages. And there was one other thing I wanted to follow up before I just start getting to all the questions here. And that is this sucker. We have a FAQ page, and you can find a link to that on the forums. Can I purchase the expansion with store points? The answer is yes. Eventually, March 2018, you can buy the ASMR, the Mists of Ravenloft expansion content, or the Scourge of the Undead Iconic, and we do have the prices for that. What do you get right now if you do the pre-purchase? You get things like the ASMR, the character slot, Vistani, the Iconics, the cosmetics, the creature companions, the weapon aura, the Mirrors of Glamoring, shared storage, the Survivors Package, and the VIP code. All the other content and items, including the Racial Enhancement Point Tome, will be delivered on our day of launch, which, yes, we have announced when we're going to release Ravenloft. That is December 5th, 2017. If for some reason we have to delay Ravenloft, our lawyers are saying we need to put a no later than date. So that's January 15th of 2018. So if for some reason we do have to delay Ravenloft, and at this point we have no reason to think we will have to, we'll get you that stuff no later than January 5th. How do you apply it? Basically, when you get purchase a code through Digital River, you're going to get an email that is sent to the email you use for your Digital River purchase. It'll contain some key codes. One is going to be a product key code for Ravenloft. You'll apply it to redeem that code through the DDO store in-game. You go log into a game, log into the character, open the DDO store, click redeem code, pop the code in, hit OK, boom, you get the stuff. If you don't get all your stuff right away, you can quick log out, log back in. In my case, I got it all right away, but I've seen a few people on the forums saying that they had to re-log out and log back in, so I guess that's something you can do if you need to. Also, if you get an Ultimate Fan Bundle, you'll get a second code for 60 days of VIP. If you get a Collector's, you get a second code for 30 days of VIP. Again, you can redeem it on your account, or you can give it to someone else if you want to. Same with the Survivors Package. You're going to get a separate key code for the Survivors Package, which is all the bundle of consumables. Make sure you apply that code on the character you want to get the stuff. It is 1 per account, not 1 per account per server, 1 per account. So log into the character that you want to get the Survivors Package stuff on, redeem the code on that character. We already explained the VIP thing. I just explained, but let me reiterate that these bundles are going to be available after the Mists of Ravenloft's launch day. The exclusive items will not be available in the DDO store for points. You guys already know enough about the ASMR, I don't need to say that. Here's a quick picture of the outfits, and I can show those off in game. Quick picture of the kitty and the raven. Scarecrow Hireling is level 10 and yes, level 30. Received on every character you create on your account. Teleport is similar to the Key of Evening Star, that sort of thing. I don't know what the cooldown is, though. They'll send you to one of the public taverns in Barovia. Fun fact, I was trying to convince them to put a restroom in one of the taverns and teleport you into the bathroom. For some reason, they chose not to do that. And the Weapon Aura Mist is a glamored Weapon Aura. So the way that works is you'll have a glamored weapon that you get through a Mirror of Glamoring, and you'll get that Mirror of Glamoring from the Survivors package. So glamour a weapon, so now you've got a cosmetic weapon. You double-click on the glamored weapon aura, add the cosmetic weapon to that, and then apply it to that weapon. And you'll get one of those for every character you create ad infinitum. Alright, the bottle is most likely just a convenience. Yeah, there are other ways you're going to get to Barovia, but this is similar to the Key of Evening Star, where you can just sort of click on it wherever you are and go straight to Barovia that way. Any chance you might go back to the Scarecrow Hirelings and add either a Nightmare Guard or some type of fear attack? Probably not. We could do further adjustments on the Scarecrow. We had initially tried to do a fear attack or some kind of shaken effect or something that would be an active ability. We wouldn't want it to be inactive because sometimes you don't want to fear things. But what we found for some reason when we put like those kind of fear effects on the hotbar, it would break the AI of the hireling. And we couldn't get that sorted out. So ultimately we decided against introducing that likely bug to the game. It's not actually an Iron Defender, that's just placeholder text, and we're going to have to fix that. So this aura makes normal bound to account, cosmetic bound to character? I don't know, I'll find out in a little bit here. I'll do it in game and show you. Prices are insane. $40 for Ravenloft. We feel it's good value. Mirrors are bound to character, but you're right that the glamored weapons are, if I recall, bound to account. When might we be releasing more information about Vet 3 status? Veteran 3 status is something that showed up on Lemania. It's basically like Vet 2, which starts you at level 7, but instead it starts you at level 10. The Ravenloft content starts at level 10. The Vet status 3 is not a part of the Ravenloft pre-purchase bundles. We have plans as to how we're going to deal with that, but we are not yet ready to announce them, sorry. How do we travel to Barovia without the bottle? I don't want to commit the dev team to that, but I know that there is a way to do it. I believe it might be from... There's going to be like a location in both Evening Star and Eberron that'll let you go into there. Will there be a beta playtest period for Ravenloft? Yes. I don't want to commit our QA team to a date on that yet, but we're tentatively looking at within about a few weeks from now. Something like that. Maybe kind of early-ish November, early to mid-November. Will Menace of the Underdark be sold again in the DDO market before Black Friday end of the year holiday sales? That is the intention. We are actually going to be doing some what's called key testing, I believe, later this week on that, and if everything works out, we should be able to bring Menace of the Underdark back to the DDO market. The reason we had to pull it is it was we were just having too many customer service issues where if you had part of the Menace of the Underdark bundle separately, like let's say you'd purchased Epic Destinies, when you went to purchase Menace of the Underdark and apply the code to your account, it was like you can't because you already have this thing, even though you didn't, but you had part of it. And so we had to do some kind of work behind the scenes to allow you to apply the Menace of the Underdark code regardless of whether you had a single piece of it from something else. And that's what's taken the time here. Cool. You can indeed use the mist on the bow, even though it says it doesn't work. That works for me. Yes, I've seen a couple people say the Scarecrow folder didn't deliver. It will go into your hireling contract folder. So if you have a hireling contract folder set to auto-gather, check in there. So it'll be there. What happens if you have a yearly subscription to VIP? It'll just tag another 30, 60 days to that year. Change your end date. Just to be sure, there are no exclusive pre-purchase incentives. Correct. All of these 3 bundles will be able to be purchased after Ravenloft is released. We're not formally saying forever, just in case for some reason we would make a change there, but our intention is to keep selling these ongoing after Ravenloft is released. What is a Survivors package? It's basically some consumables. You get like Rest Shrines, Mirrors of Glamoring, Res Cakes, Astral Shards. Schnazzy logo. Yes, it is. Alright, what else? Yeah, there's long been a hireling contract folder. Yep. Okay, let me check. Too bad we couldn't launch the expansion on Halloween. I know, right? Clearly that would have been awesome. But we do have some spooky things, you know, that you can do now. And January 5th is our release date. Am I right there is only 6 heroic quests, 6 epic quests, or will there actually be 12 quests? There will actually be 12 quests. 12 quests, at least 1 raid, 2 public areas, at least 1 wilderness area. And the reason I'm saying at least on the raid is we have plans to do a second raid, but frankly we're not sure we're going to get it done in time for the release of Ravenloft, so we don't want anyone making a purchase decision based on the expectation that there will be 2 raids, so we're only committing to 1. But we're hoping to do 2. Do I think the entry value for new DDO players is too high? No, I mean, you can play for free if you're a new player, but if you want to go straight to Ravenloft, $40, or wait till March and it'll be like, what, 2025? Guest passes? I don't know about that. Do we have guest passes on Shadowfell and Matu? Qualdrian, we have no plans to adjust the packages at this time. It would have to be really serious for us to want to adjust the packages, because it's a lot of work, because we have to give everyone all the stuff that we add to it or what have you. And we're doing, you know, so far they've been well received in terms of purchasing and all that sort of thing. So, all right, heading to YouTube quick. When will Renoir be invited to talk about Ravenloft? She has different approach to the game. Yeah, I mean, she's no longer working for Standing Stone Games and busy at school. But if she wanted to stop by the live stream and chat about the items and stuff she worked on, I'd be down for that. Oh, Amber Scion saying the Iron Defender is just placeholder text avoids the intent of the question. If the Scarecrow remains a construct and suffers the same positive healing penalties as constructs such as Iron Defenders do, it will use a lot of utility. My understanding, and I haven't actually used the Scarecrow in-game yet, because I was frankly busy doing Ravenloft stuff yesterday, late into the night, it's not a construct. It just says it's a construct. The Vampire Hunter cosmetic will not be available in the store, correct. Are we releasing Shadowfell on discount? No, nothing to announce in that regard. Will Mordekainen make an appearance? I have not heard of plans to do that. Will you be able to play this expansion as a VIP? No. Similar to our other expansion packs, you do have to purchase them if you are a VIP. Night Revels is ... coming on Thursday. Yes, we are going to be bringing Night Revels to the game starting this Thursday. That was actually one of the big reasons we wanted to get the patch out on Tuesday, so that we could get our stuff in place for the new Night Revels quest and all that. Let me actually call up our calendar here and let you know what the end date of Night Revels is going to be, but it is starting on Thursday, late morning Eastern Time, and it will run through Sunday, November 5th, being shut off on Monday, November 6th. So shut off early Monday, November 6th, running through Sunday, November 5th. Starts on Thursday, October 20th, late morning Eastern Time. So similar to our... Actually, we're doing 3 full weekends of Night Revels here. This upcoming weekend and the following 2. Night Revels will be back. We do have a new Night Revels quest, which is a Night Revelized coal chamber. And before that sends shivers down your spine, know that it is a truncated coal chamber. And we also have new items from Night Revels, and we brought the other items up to level 28. Is there a chance Menace of the Underdark Shadowfell will be made available for DDO points next year? Theoretically possible, but it's not in our planning to do. We have a significant tech issue in offering bundles in the DDO store. The reason we're able to do that ultimately here with Ravenloft is because it's a completely different system of granting the content than is set up for Shadowfell and Menace of the Underdark. If I buy Mists of Ravenloft today, when will I be able to start playing Ravenloft? As we say in the FAQ, our intention is to release Ravenloft on December 5th. So the answer to that question should be sometime on December 5th after we come up from the downtime. And Growler, that actually answers the question earlier about why did we make the decision to make Ravenloft available for DDO points. It's because we now, both Menace of the Underdark and Shadowfell Conspiracy were created during a time where we had different tech powering the DDO store. And now that we have a completely different tech powering the DDO store, there's a fundamental tech issue with offering bundled packages the way they were designed for Menace of the Underdark and Shadowfell Conspiracy. So in order to be able to offer those on the DDO store, we're going to have to do one of two things. Completely redesign the way we deliver Shadowfell and Menace of the Underdark, or redesign the DDO store to be able to support that tech. And both of those are pretty significant projects. So we've not been able to do that yet. Is the Vistani Knife Fighter and Iconic ASMR available now if I do the pre-purchase? Yes. Oh, Hephaestus is saying it is a construct? Okay, well that is a bug then. Well, maybe it's not a bug, actually. I don't know, I'll check into that. That's something I was on. Part of the reason I'm actually a few minutes late here is I was trying to think of everything I'd be asked today. And ping the dev team and that so I'd be prepared for today, but that is one I am not prepared to answer. As to, I guess I thought the Scarecrow Iron Defender was a text bug, but it sounds like if it is indeed a construct, because it is kind of a construct, although it's an organic construct rather than mechanical construct. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. Why VIP time and astral shards instead of XP stones? I don't know. I'm not actually sure that I've got a good answer for that. It was just a decision. Greller, I don't know about... So the DDO market will support whatever currencies are supported by the DDO market. I know that there are a few countries that say we're prohibited from taking money from due to like State Department regulations and things like that. I have no reason to think Malaysia is one of those, but theoretically maybe they don't take Malaysian currency. I don't know. That would be a question for account support, and you can do that through help.standingstonegames.com. But anything that's supported otherwise in the DDO market is supported for purchasing Ravenloft. Did I say the bonus for the weekend? Yes! Night Revels! Starts tomorrow, Thursday. For traveling, have we ever thought something like the ballista at the end of Matador Village? I would love that. Although it wouldn't make sense to go to Ravenloft. So what we're trying to do for the Ravenloft teleportation, as I understand it, is to sort of fit well with the lore that we have. So I should note here, I gotta fill out. Let me take some space and then I will show you this glamored weapon aura and stuff. I actually have, because I do work for the company, I have the Ultimate Edition applied to my account, but because of the way we distribute it, I don't get a Survivors package. I'm not cool enough. So I unfortunately can't show you. I'll have to buy a Mirror of the Glamoring from the store. Hello, I'm not actually sure what I'm going to be running yet. I'm going to show off a few things first before I make that decision. Clear out some space here so I can kind of show off the Glamored Weapon aura and stuff.
Sounds good.
Got a lot of crap on this character. Clearly I am not prepared. I also need to get rid of my crafting storage. Sorry about that, peeps. Oh yeah, my curse-bladed Jack Jibbers. I ain't getting rid of that. Okay, I've got enough room to show this off now. Let me just make sure I don't have a Mirror of Glamoring. No, we got a Mirror of Glamoring to show you how this works. Alright, so in your Survivors package, you'll get a Mirror of Glamoring, and I'm just going to glamour the weapon I have equipped right now, which is a two-handed blade that I kind of like the golden look on. So you'll make a glamored weapon of it, and then you'll get this item, which is indeed bound to account. So then if I equip that in my weapon slot, you know, I'll just see the weapon. Boom. There we go. Now, I'm going to open up the Mists of Ravenloft Ultimate Fan Bundle. This is bound to character and is exclusive. And you get the Vampire Hunter's Coat, which looks pretty rad on this lady, if I do say so myself. You do get the hat if you want that as well. You also get the Barovian Noble's outfit. Actually, that looks kind of cool too. Barovian Noble's outfit. I like the Vampire Hunter. Here's the Scarecrow, which I can't... it's not in a public area. I can't summon it quite yet. You'll get the Creature Companion. Now, once you've added this companion to your stable on the server, you don't need to re-add it again. But you will get it on every character. So you'll just want to trash that stuff on character creation if you already have it on that server. But if you don't have it on that server yet, remember Creature Companions are per server. So you'll want to re-add them to your stable on a different server if you do that. Alright, so here is the Glamored Weapon Mist Aura. We're going to double click on the item. You'll get the Barovian Mist. You'll take your cosmetic weapon here, add it in there, click on it, alter the visual effects. So now you've got your cosmetic greatsword with the aura attached to it. And the subsequent thing is also bound to account. So you will be able to trade this to a different character should you switch alts or something like that. Although you will get this Bottle of Mist on every character as well, so you can do multiple items if you want to. And here is the mystified cosmetic that I just created. Alright, let me get back to the questions here. Let's see the trail it makes. There we go. I wonder if I actually have my options up. Okay, I'm on ultra high. So there we go. Odd, can I see that glamour again? I just used it up here, but here's bound to account on that. And that's what it looks like on this weapon, at least. It'll look slightly different depending on the weapon you have and all that sort of thing. It can be applied to anything you can apply. You can turn into a cosmetic weapon. So you could indeed have flowers that had mist on them. Did it say Misty Greatsword? It did not. How do you get more mist? It's one per character, so you would just basically create a new character, and you'll get another one. Can I glamour the cosmetic outfit so I can wear on other characters? No. But on other characters, you will get the... You'll get them every time you make another character, so you don't need to trade it off that way. If I do not pre-order the Ultimate Fan Bundle by the 5th and buy it at a later date, will I not get certain items? No. Everything that's in those bundles will remain in those bundles after launch. Will the Raven and the Legendary Scarecrow be available outside of the Ultimate Bundle? No. Did I see what you said about Keith Baker's website? He had said something about the ASMR. That's rad. I have said December 5th and January 5th, which is correct. Both. On the FAQ, we do specifically say that our intention is to release Ravenloft on December 5th. If there is going to be a delay, which we don't intend, but theoretically if something comes up and we have to delay Ravenloft, all the items you get in those bundles will be delivered to you no later than January 5th. So December 5th is the release date for Ravenloft, but if we have to delay it, we have sort of a will receive by. Yes, Misty Broccoli Bashers can indeed be had. Show the mist on a bow or repeater. I'd have to create a new character to do that, but I can do that in a little bit here.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Can I go into the instance so we can see the scarecrow? Yeah, I'll do that in a second here. Let me actually figure out what I want to run. Do you guys have any thoughts about what you'd like to maybe run?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
So maybe we get another blade.
If for some reason I get lucky and get a second Jack Jibbers, I will put it up for roll.
Yeah, same here.
I'm actually going to have to cut down the group size to show you that higher link. I'll do that in a little bit. I don't want to kick someone from the group right now.
The Weeping Cove is rumored to be a resting place of two-toed
I could drop us
giants,
into turn us into a
ancient
raid group,
three-barrel
go into the
legend.
marketplace and drop into the subterranean. I'll do that in a little bit. Will Vet 3 be available outside of the bundle? We're being deliberately coy about it, and I apologize. But we have nothing more to say other than it is coming, and we'll have more information about how people will be able to utilize it later. Will there be an upgrade option from less expensive editions at a later time? No. It'll work similar to the other expansions.
You are not the first to visit since the days of two-toed Tobias.
Am I going to show the ASMR at some point? Yeah, I could do that. I'll do that after we run the dungeon here. I showed the ASMR last week, last Friday, at the Friday afternoon too, so if you would like to check that out, if I don't get to it today, you can see that later. But if I've got time today, I'll show off the ASMR a little bit. I have not had time to make an ASMR. Like I said, I was in the office until 8:30, 9 o'clock yesterday, and then I went home, made myself a frozen pizza, and sat on the forums and social watching for feedback about any issues that might have come up. And there were none, thankfully, other than a few people who had some difficulty finding things that were in the pre-purchase, but most of that was, as I said, items that show up in your hireling folder. So like I said, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I logged into Thelanis and set up my creature companions and played around a little bit with that. I did go into a quest on a heroic level character. Futzed around with some of the new stuff, and then call it a night because I had to get up early to do this. So I really haven't had a chance to roll up or play an ASMR yet on live. But I will do that. Is the war domain proficiency issue fixed? No. Yes, but no, but yes, no. And here's the dealio with that. Remember how I'd said last week that it was going to be fixed? I lied. And it makes me very sad, because I have a war domain cleric and I am very desperate to get that proficiency. However, I will say this. The QA department is telling me that it actually does grant martial proficiency. However, it does not display similar to the way Master's Touch. Is it Master's Touch? Whatever that spell is, doesn't really display correctly. So what happens is it'll show the little orange bar, and you'll equip something and you'll get martial proficiency, and that you won't get a -4 to attack and stuff, but it still continues to display as if you're non-proficient. However, theoretically, it's supposed to be it is, according to QA here, granting martial proficiency. I have not had a chance to test that out with the DPS test kobold yet, but I intend to. Master's Touch. Yeah, there we go. At this time, we're not going to have the ASMR rings permanent, and yeah. That was, my understanding is that was a bug that was only available on the first preview of Lamania. But was never actually intended to be like that. I think really it just has to do with the fact that they're really big wings. And so it might be disruptive to have them on permanently. But I don't know. Could always change in the future if ever there's overwhelming feedback otherwise.
A ship lies aground, down on the floor of this vast pit.
Let's see. Nice. Someone's saying that their pen and paper group plans to do Ravenloft stuff in honor of this. I, too, have been thinking about breaking out the old Ravenloft books. Happy birthday, Druid's Fire. If there are any bugs with the ASMR enhancement tree, we should be able to correct that. Will the War Priest and War Soul be completely revamped before the expansion? I don't know if it'll be completely revamped before the expansion. We do have plans to adjust them, but it's not maybe going to be before the expansion. Apparently we went different directions here. I usually go down and get Tragish when we get down to the boat, but apparently people went other ways, huh?
We're coming for you.
Yeah.
No worries. Rescue is on the way.
It talks about a racial enhancement point tome for every character. Can you quickly speak to that? Sure. It is +1 to be spent on your racial enhancement tree, and it's provided on every character, as stated, when you apply the code to your account. It's just granted every time. Try to get those.
Pipes groan as the second valve triggers another door deeper inside the cave.
Does the iconic ASMR have wings? No, the iconic ASMR has an aura. Scourgely Undead is what it's called. Yeah, so you basically have the Fallen and the Protector on the regular ASMR, and then the Scourgely Undead, which is like kind of a white eye sort of thing, over on the iconic. Dancing. So much dancing. Dang. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I was just saying we're got some Transformers talk going on. I always thought Soundwave was the coolest too. Did I actually don't follow that sort of thing so much anymore. Did he become like an MP3 player or something? Because he was a cassette deck, but now cassettes are popular again. So maybe he should stay a cassette deck. Like he could be an old robot and still just use cassettes. Can we have a Sonic Rune Arm? No. Why? Because you want it, Titan. You keep asking for a Sonic Rune Arm. I have no idea. We could do a Sonic Rune Arm someday. We'd have to be careful about that, but we could. And the reason we have to be careful is Sonic is clearly the most powerful element in the game, because it tends to have very few disadvantages, whereas the other... Where am I doing? Where am I going? What am I doing? Sonic has very few disadvantages compared to other elements. So if you have Sonic, you tend to not have the trade-offs that you would have with other things. And so that's why we tend to be careful and not overdoing the amount of Sonic in the game. Phase Sonic Blast has a reflex save, correct? And that is related to the point I just mentioned. Light and Force are other ones that we have to, frankly, be a little careful on, too.
Opposite sides of the room are levers adorned with bullseyes. The floor slides open.
Yeah, was it Buzzsaw? That was the name of the one cassette tape that came with Soundwave. I had that one. It was like the little eagle bird thing. I think Buzzsaw was the name. Man, Soundwave was awesome. The best Transformer back in the 80s. Yeah. Any reason why the Artificer paths are not showing up in character creation? Yes. If you, it was in the update 36, I believe, release notes, that we're only providing paths in the future as of 36 and moving forward on basic classes, like really the free-to-play classes. If it's an advanced class, meaning a class you have to purchase, or one you earn through favor, then we are no longer going to be supporting paths for that character. And the reason for that is the paths are, frankly, a huge pain in the butt to make, and they also are taking away development time that we would rather spend on other things. And that really came up with the ASMR here, where all of a sudden we were like, well, do we want to do an iconic character, or do we want to spend the next 3 working days making paths? Because you have to do a path for every race combination. So it's frankly a big pain. So we've made the decision, since so few people ever actually use the paths.
Inside the chest, you find a piece of Aratsri's treasure map, along with some other items.
Drowned Priest Torch. Yeah, I'll take that. I like cosmeticing the Drowned Priest Torch. Alright, that sounds pretty good. I know we're at 1 o'clock here already, so I guess we'll just run this one quest here today. I will be back on Friday on Wayfinder as well. And if you're in my group here with me, I've got you written down, well, screenshotted down, and I will get you a DDO point code in the in-game mail system a little bit later on today. What would a Misty Torch look like? Pretty rad, I would think. I actually have my wizard on Thelanis is dual-wielding Drowned Priest Torches. A rune art made from the mailbox and have it shoot real runes. That's pretty great. At this time, Dirty Dexter, we just have +1 tomes available. All right, I'm gonna quick drop group so I can show off that Scarecrow hireling before I wrap up the show here. Have fun, everyone. I'll just pop into the Three Barrel Cove and show off the Scarecrow here for you before I wrap up the show. Does a cosmetic aura overwrite existing auras on a weapon? Yes. There are a few examples where it doesn't, but in general the answer is yes. If it doesn't, it's a bug, but for the most part, yes. Oh, Laserbeak, not Buzzsaw. I'm wrong. Buzzsaw was the bluebird. Gotcha. Laserbeak. Nice. I like it. Mailbox based rune arm named Speedy Delivery. I like it. Alright, let me see. Show the mist on a bow or repeater, please. I'll do that on Friday. I'm going to have to... I used my mist on this character for this sword, so I would have to go through character select again to show you the mist on a bow or repeater. And so I'll take care of that on Friday. Alright, and I think that should pretty well do it with the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Again, I'll be back on Friday here on Wayfinder for Friday afternoon starting at noon Eastern. If you do have any further questions about Ravenloft, post about it on the DDO forums or on social media. We'll do our best to get back to you. Thank you very much for supporting DDO, and I will talk to you again soon. Have fun.